Savers face a postcode lottery that can boost cash ISA returns by as much as a third, according to new research from Hargreaves Lansdown. The most competitive regular savings, easy access, notice and help to buy ISA deals are offered by smaller building societies with strict restrictions, meaning only those in certain postcodes can open them. For example, those living near Ipswich, Stockport, and Cumbria are offered the best ISA best rates from these local savings accounts for local people. Young Ipswich Building Society customers, including residents of Norwich, Colchester, Chelmsford, Cambridge, and Peterborough between the ages of 16 and 20, can earn up to 1.6% on an easy access ISA, 0.44 percentage points above the best buy deal on general sale. So while most rate-chasing savers have to look hard for a lucrative deal, heading online or to one of the smaller challenger banks to get the top rates, they shouldn't overlook their local building societies, which can pay much higher rates. Sarah Coles, personal finance analyst at Hargreaves Lansdown, says the most competitive easy access, regular saver and help to buy ISAs are all restricted to savers in specific areas. As a result, we face a postcode lottery of ISA rates, with pockets of the UK offering residents market-beating returns on their money, in one case over a third more than their nearest widely available competitor. If you're in the market for a cash ISA, it therefore pays to check the small print of the highest paying accounts to see whether you could be a winner in the postcode lottery. So where can you find the top rates? According to Moneyfacts figures, the average return on cash ISAs over the past year was just 0.93%. As mentioned above, Ipswich Building Society offers an easy access ISA rate of 1.6% to those living in Ipswich, Norwich, Colchester, Chelmsford, Cambridge, Peterborough. Postcodes are aged between 16 and 20. This is 0.44 percentage points higher than the top offer generally available from the AA at 1.16%, which, like Coles pointed out, is over a third more generous. On the maximum tax-free annual allowance of £20,000, that's worth £88 over the course of a year. The rewards of switching to a smaller building society are even bigger when compared to the high street giants who have little desire to attract deposits, since the funding for lending scheme gave them access to cheap money. NatWest, for example, offers savers just 0.1% for an instant access cash ISA account on a balance of less than £10,000. Or 0.25% if you squirrel away up to £25,000. Halifax and Lloyds offer slightly better rates at 0.35%, followed by HSBC at 0.45% or 0.55% from Barclays. Over the course of a year, a £20,000 balance in NatWest's Easy Access ISA earns £270 less in interest than Ipswich BS offers its customers. It's also worth checking out Notice ISA deals from your building society, if you are able to give prior warning before you withdraw the cash. According to Savings Champion, Earl Shilton Building Society, 90-day notice, and Marsden BS, 120-day notice, pay the top rate at 1.3%. Earl Shilton restricts access to existing customers in local postcodes, LE, CV9 to 13 inclusive, and DE 11 to 15 inclusive, while Marsden has no restrictions on where you live, but it can only be operated in branch. According to Coles, there are fewer top-paying deals from the building societies when it comes to fixed-rate ISAs, and only a couple make it into the top 10. She says, over 1 year, Leeds Building Society offers 1.35% compared to the Post Office, which offers 1.45%. And over 2 years, Leeds offers 1.55% compared to 1.7% from Al Rain Bank. According to Anna Bowes of Savings Champion, it is always worth checking your local building society's rate, but the top of the best buy tables for taxable accounts tend to be dominated by challenger banks wanting to draw in deposits. Building societies, however, are more likely to offer the top ISA rates, as few startup banks have entered the ISA market. Bowes explains, until recently, the ISA best buy tables rarely featured the challenger banks, as these newer providers tend not to offer cash ISAs initially, instead focusing on the fixed-rate bond market. So building societies often dominate the ISA best buy tables, although they won't necessarily restrict their products to locals only. Savers should check with their local building society to see if what they are offering will give them a better deal than the open market. But don't just assume that, if it is restricted to locals or existing customers, then it is the best. It makes sense to check if you could earn more elsewhere. Of course, for those who want to visit a branch to manage their savings, it's even more important to see what their local building society has to offer. It is likely to be more than their local bank, if indeed there is even a local bank branch available anymore.